What is happening, fishers? So the weather, once again, is not playing its part. It's cut our fishing short for today. Torrential rain has come back, so we decided to take a break today and take this opportunity to introduce you to, if you don't know it, KOB FACTOR. Fantastic, high quality drop shot jigs, locally manufactured, right down here in East London. These Jigheads are exclusively available from Bill Moria Fishing Tackle. You can visit their website or go see them in store. I did come across these Jigheads probably 3 or 4 weeks ago when Andrew and I were filming for the giveaway. If you haven't gone to have a look at the giveaway, go have a look, check it out, make sure you have entered. I was just walking around the store and these popped out and were quite eye-catching. So I picked a packet up and I was like, finally, someone has come up with the answer to all the drop shot problems. And funny enough, his slogan on his packet is the final solution. And we're going to get into that now. I'm actually going to show you. So those guys that have been fishing drop shot for years or no drop shot, this is pretty much where we started off, guys, all those years back. Normal jig head, and you put your paddle tan on like that. We finally very quickly found out a lot of hookups, a lot of snags on the rocks, that hooking into the rocks. We are fishing bricky areas. And also the sinker in this sort of shape and things like that, you were snapping more lures off than we're actually getting fish out. So then somewhere along the line, we jumped to something like that, guys. So we pretty much had a wide gape bass hook with a bead and a ball sinker, obviously your leader, and then to a swivel. There were a lot of different versions the guys came up. Some guys decided to put the bead in because they found that the sinker was rubbing against their knot, weakening their knot. In the beginning, the main factor of this was we were using bass hooks. I'm talking all those years back. They weren't saltwater bass hooks. They were proper bass hooks that the guys in America would be fishing with. The hooks were rusting extremely quickly. They weren't great strength hooks. They were designed for bass fishing, catching maybe 10-pound fish, so it's 5-6 kilo fish. So if you're hooking into a 10-15 kilo cob, you'd find your hook could straighten out quite easily. Things have changed now. So what KOB FACTOR have come up with is a beautiful product. Much easier to rig now. I'm going to explain to you guys now and how the rigging goes. An extremely strong hook, guys. I tried to bend one open with a pair of pliers earlier. This thing is not moving. There's no way you're straightening this hook. They've taken the hassle out with the ball sinker attached to the front, and what they've done is added a beautiful stainless steel screw that's going to screw into the plastic to hold it in place. Going back to what we had to do with this old school with the running sinker, there were different guys. Some guys were super gluing them fast. Otherwise, we're inserting little tacks like that through the lure, through the eye of the hook. So when a fish grabbed or did hook onto a rock, your lure wouldn't pull off. Now the only problem with that is, once you do get a fish or fish biting short, you'd get that would pull, you'd end up tearing your lure out. That's exactly what happened. That drop shot is no good anymore. So you'd end up losing a lot of plastics, unnecessary plastics. So KOB FACTOR's little design here is pretty much, I think, the best it's going to get. I think we're at the forefront of where drop shot fishing is going. We haven't had an opportunity to try these out yet. As soon as the conditions are right, which they have not been right lately, we've only picked these up yesterday, we're definitely going to give these Jigheads a bash. What KOB FACTOR have done, they've brought out 2 different colors, an orangey pinky color and a white. The reason why they brought out 2 different colors is so you have some differentiation between your colors, so contrast. Contrast plays a big, vital role in drop shot fishing. So just for interest's sake, if you're fishing low light conditions, you're going to be using a darker drop shot with a nice white head. So you've got the contrast between the dark lure and the white head. Or if you want to try something different, you've got a beautiful contrast with the orangey pink and the black lure like that. So they've just given you 2 different options to mismatch your lure. So if you're fishing a white lure, then you've got nice contrast in the front. So what they have done is, in the 2 ounce sinker weight, they've used a 7.0 hook beautifully on there. And they also have the 1.5 ounce also with the 7.0. And then what they've done is, when they've dropped to the 1 ounce, because you're going to be throwing smaller, pretty much 4 or 5 inch at the max on a 1 ounce lures, they've dropped down to a 6.0, just so that the hook is not too long. If you're throwing a small little drop shot, a 3 inch or 4 inch drop shot like that, you don't want a hook. I'll just show you, for example, if that was rigged up there, you don't want your hook to the back of the lure like that. You're only getting that movement out the tail, which is not ideal. Okay, a hook that size, you want to be throwing a nice 6 or 7 inch, where you've got a lot of movement in the tail, so a lot of vibration is going to pick up. Another thing that I have found with the jigheads like that movement, what they've done is, I don't know if Andrew can zoom in close there, little split ring and stuff inside like that, so you get an incredible movement. You're going to get beautiful natural movement with the lure. So any vibration of the lure, the way it turns like that, it's going to look a lot more lively and things like that in the sea. Guys, when it comes to colors of lures for drop shot, there's a lot of deliberation. What are the right colors to use? What are the wrong colors to use? I don't think there are right and wrong colors to use or not use. I think it's just some general rules to follow. Andrew was having a chat with the owner of KOB FACTOR and the producer of the KOB FACTOR Jigheads. He sent me the messages, and on hearing these messages, I said, oh, Andrew, this oak knows exactly what he's talking about. I actually know the oak. Previously, I didn't know. I'd actually met him fishing twice in East London, watching this for a drop shot. Incredible drop shot fisherman. Arguably, probably the best guy around this area like that. And everything he said made sense. So, when low light conditions, very early morning before the sun's come up, into the evenings, into night, you want to throw a dark profile rubber. Okay, guys, I know it sounds weird, dark, but theoretically that does make sense. In low light conditions, in the middle of the day, when the sun's bright, things like that, you want to throw light. So it's dark for dark and light for light. It's a nice, easy way to remember it, guys. If the water is impeccably crystal clear, and it's very high light, then go for something very, very natural color. Pearl watermelon, olive shad, or a normal shad color like that. Probably your best choices. And then, obviously, I think through the Eastern Cape and East London, probably the number one pickup choice is a chartreuse pink. I think every drop shot fisherman has that lure in his arsenal. But we're not going to go into all lure colors and things like that. That will be a separate video sometime if you guys do want some info on that. So I'm just going to show you how quick and easy this thing is to rig, guys. Okay, this is going to be my second attempt at rigging one. I did rig one up earlier, got it right first time. Quite stoked. Not too much measuring and things needed. So all we're going to do is grab, make sure your tail's hanging down, make sure you get it nice in the center, pin it, and all it is a twist, guys. You'll keep twisting until you get right to the end. That's it. No need for super glue to hold it fast. No need for little tack pins to hold it fast. The Berkeley Havocs do have the nice little slit in them to put the hook through. All I'm going to do is push forward slightly. And that's us, guys. Nice weedless. I know you're going to say, how does that hook a fish? When the fish comes, there it is through. Okay, so what you do is pull it back. It's nice and weedless. Give the lure a little push, and you'll see there's the hook point sitting right there, guys. Okay. So that's pretty much about it for these. We can't wait to get out and try these. We're going to drop some photos in now for fish that KOB FACTOR has caught, some fish that it has produced. The proof's in the pudding, guys. Go grab yourself a pack. Very, very well priced. And I think you're getting a really, really good quality product. Hooks aren't going to rust. No need to carry all those extra accessories and things like that around with you. That's it. I think the KOB are hungry for some of these. So get out, pitch some around, throw some around, and get some fish on your line. On closing quickly, I'm just going to show you a bit of lip ice. It sounds strange. If you're fishing a lot of drop shots, the owner of KOB FACTOR did actually show me this trick. So thanks for that. It has worked a lot. And if you find you're getting a wind knot now and again, guys, carry a little bit of lip ice around with you. Apply it to your braid around the wind knot either side. Slowly pull the thing and you'll find your braid will slip. The knot will slip out a lot easier. It won't bite into each other and you have to cut and lose all that braid. Braid is expensive. lip bus will get you a long way. Just a little trip. Nice thing to carry around with you in your little drop shot bag. Other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't, please subscribe, like, comment. If there's anything else, other general information you would need on this, go check out Bulmoria or jump into store and get yourself a packet of KOB Factors and give them a try. Cheers.